So stand your ground laws only apply to white people, huh? I mean, we already knew this because of the whole situation with Carmelo Anthony, but the fact that white people and cops can shoot black people in the back while running away, but a white boy who approaches black people with a gun, gets disarmed the first time, and then decides to come back with a shotgun, and he gets his ass lit up, the black people didn't deserve to be able to stand their ground? Jamarian Byrd and Travis Roberts Jr. were approached by Devin Powers Jr. Devin Powers Jr. had a gun. Somebody else who was with them disarmed the gun and kept it, because why did you just come up on us with a gun? White boy leaves. White boy comes back with a shotgun, fires first. They light his ass up, and now they're being charged with first-degree murder because the judge says they were acting properly. At first, they had the right to use lethal force after he first fired, but the fact that he was retreating, even though he had a gun still in his hand, and they kept shooting, that was illegal. That was premeditated first-degree murder, even though this boy had just shot at them, just because he was now backing up. Meanwhile, just the other day, I made a video about supposedly a black man was pointing a gun at a crowd of people, and when he saw the police, he ran away, back turned, and they shot him in the back. That was fine. That was justified. But this envelopian, this flower flea, this saltine sultan can come up and shoot at them first. And then because he's backing up to get away after they started to return fire, them returning fire is the issue. Okay. White people need to learn real quick. Leave black people the fuck alone. Because situations like this, and situations like that black woman in that Walmart parking lot, these are all direct results of y'all not knowing how to mind your fucking business. And now we smoking that melanin deficient bag, them Caucasian crystals. And the sheriff had the nerve to send his condolences to the family of the deceased. Fuck him. Leave people alone. Don't pull a gun on somebody, get it disarmed, and then come back and pull another one. Seems like it was a case of fuck around and find out, like white people love to say all the time. If you knew how to mind your damn business, you'd still be here just like that old nigga in that Walmart parking lot. Do better. Okay, bye.
Several armed white men fired at a crowd full of black people, all while children were playing outside. 2 black men from that crowd returned fire. A Florida judge just denied their stand your ground defense, and they're facing first-degree murder charges. Let's get into it. So before we get started, let me just paint a picture of where this incident took place. We in Baker County, babes. A place where you can walk into the county courthouse and see a mural that shows Ku Klux Klan members glorified as heroes on horseback. A county where the white son of a retired deputy killed DJ Broadus, an unarmed black man, and then successfully used stand your ground to avoid prison time. That's the backdrop of where this incident took place, okay? So back in June 2025, Jamarian Byrd and Travis Roberts were just hanging out with their friends in their Baker County neighborhood when a group of white males, one of them carrying a shotgun, another with a rifle, walked up on them from a nearby intersection. Now, witnesses say that Devin Powers Jr. raised the shotgun and fired at the group where kids were playing outside. Now, Jamarian Byrd and Travis Roberts grabbed their own weapons and they shot back. Devin Powers later died. Now, after the incident, Jamarian Byrd and Travis Roberts, they didn't chase anybody. The police were called and they cooperated fully, but they didn't get a self-defense pass. A few months later, a Baker County grand jury indicted them on first-degree premeditated murder. They also faced aggravated battery, 3 counts of shooting into an occupied dwelling, and discharging a firearm in public. Now, Jamarian Byrd and Travis Roberts tried to use Florida's Stand Your Ground law to get immunity. Sadly, a judge shut it down. And her reasoning, she said they had every right to fire back when Powers first shot at them, but once Powers started retreating, that right dissolved. I guess it doesn't matter that Devin Powers was still holding his shotgun when he got hit. Now, I spoke with Sissy Jones, who is fighting to get justice for Jamarian Byrd and Travis Roberts, and they said, quote, the Baker County Sheriff's Office, the State Attorney's Office, and the judge know that Jamarian and Travis were justified in their actions. 2 armed men approached them and created a well-founded fear in everyone that day, and they responded like heroes. To charge them both with premeditated murder when those 2 men remained armed is purely evil, end quote. Now, Sissy, like others, are just having an issue with what appears to be a 2-tier justice system. Stand your ground is pretty clear. If someone shoots at you, don't you have a right to defend yourself? Now, Jamarian Byrd and Travis Roberts are sitting in jail waiting for trial, all for the crime of protecting their neighbors from an armed individual. This is Monique with the Black Belt Daily, signing out.
Zechariah 11:4. Thus say the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Shalom, 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 your brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp here in Trinidad with another edification through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Alright, first and foremost, Kal Halayam La Alahayanawa Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakaha Kodash Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahushai Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahushai Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders, the great millstone that rule well. Salutation unto the brothers, who preaching and teaching this truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled Israelites, along with a very few but faithful Akwat. We say shalom, shalom, shalom. Hey, what else could you expect from the devil? What else could you expect from Esau? Alright, what else? They're just showing who they truly are. And as the days get shorter, as the days get shorter, the Lord is just showing you, who these people truly are. The Lord is letting them show themselves. Alright, the Lord is letting them show themselves. Here's what it is. Alright, so as I had a previous video that I did a while back, showing the double standards, showing the hypocrisy, showing the wickedness of who these people truly are. Alright, where pursuant to Carmelo Anthony, the situation of Carmelo Anthony and Jake that was gunned down by the Moabite, and then I showed a clip showing an Edomite with a rifle, alright, approaching a SWAT car, alright, a police squad car, alright, and opening fire. Right, and opening fire, alright, and which ensued into a police chase, and this man was, accosted by the police and taken into custody safely with no harm. But if it was Jake with a toy gun, if it was Jake, a little 11-year-old Jake with a toy gun, alright, with a toy gun, or a Jake with a cell phone in his hand, or whatever have you, Jake ought to get gunned down. You understand? This is what it is. I ain't gonna stay long with this edification. I ain't gonna stay long, but this is the fact of the matter. Alright, the fact of the matter of why, we will surely get no justice in this place, in this realm, this kingdom that we live in. You understand? We wouldn't get no justice. As long as we are here, we would not get any justice. This is why we're calling on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, to deliver us. all right, to deliver us out of this wicked place. Deliver us from this system that we are under that is only about our oppression. But you know something? As the scripture says in Deuteronomy 28, I just can't remember the exact verse. Let me see. Shall continue only be KJV. Let's see where we get that. Deuteronomy 28. 28 and what, like 38 or 33, let's see, because then my screen not too wholesome. I have a whole set of lines on it that I really care that, very full. Right, so 28. And when we see 33 first, before we go into 38, let me see. Alright, so it's 38. Alright, so it reads, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 33, not 38, 33 Salakia. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall in a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. Alright, this is the point that I want to get at. Alright, as long as we here, because as long as we are here, we are under the curses. That is the whole fact of the matter. And this is what Jake had to understand, alright? We are under the curses. The Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, He put curses upon us. Okay? For our disobedience. Alright? And as long as we are here, we will be under the curses. And these curses, it comes with oppression. Alright? It comes with oppression by the enemy. By our number one enemy, Esau Edom, alright, which is the Lord's sword, which is the sword of the Lord, which goes back to Psalm 17 and, is it Psalm 17 and 13? Or 13, 17, let's see. There's a little while I ain't go to it, and then to all the scriptures, you just can't remember all the scriptures. Let me see 13 now, so it can't be 13. Let me see. Yep. Alright, so I will start from 11. Psalm 17 and 11, where it reads, they have now compassed us. A matter of fact, I'll start from 10, where it reads, a matter of fact, I'll let us start from 8. Yeah, I'll let us start from 8. Alright, so Psalm 17 and 8, keep me as the apple of the eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. From the wicked, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. Alright, which is who? These so-called white people, these Edomites. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. Alright, with their mouth they speak proudly. Alright. That guy, the judge who was officiating the case pursuant to Carmelo Anthony, even the judge, alright, pursuant to that Jake, I always forget that Jake name, who been gunned down by the Moabite. Alright. And with this incident here, with these two Jakes who unalived that Edomite in self-defense, alright, these respective judges and whatnot, so forth, and the sheriff and all of them, they all speak proudly. Alright? They all spoke proudly. Alright? They all oppress us and they speak proudly. It says, they have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Arise, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yashai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Alright, so as long as we are here, this is what we would have to go through and endure. Right? That's why when I go back to the Deuteronomy 28, alright, and 60, I will believe it's 64. Deuteronomy 28, 64. Yep, I'll have to read from 64. It reads, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. But this is the point. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. Alright? But the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yashai shall give thee there a trembling of heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. And this is what we're going through. This is what we are going through. You understand? Continual affliction of oppression by these devils. Alright? By these devils. This is what it is. This is what it is. And this is why we know, I think it's Psalms, let me type it, you know. Deliver me from the that one, deliver me from the violent man. Which one is that? I Psalms 140. Psalms 140. Yeah, this TTPS shit put. Oh boy. Psalms 140 and Psalms 140. Let's check it out. Let's check out Psalms 140. Psalms 140. Oh, you see from 1. Yeah, Psalms 140 and 1, where it reads, deliver me, O Yahweh, alright, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischief in their heart. Alright? Which imagine mischief in their heart. This is what, because, hey, they know for a fact that these individuals, alright, these two individuals, these two Jakes is completely innocent. Alright? Because you can't tell me these two Edomite individuals come up against these Jakes and and their family and whatnot, so forth, like a family outing. Alright? He brought a firearm at him. But they brought firearm with them. One was disarmed. Alright, and the one that was disarmed, he went back and brought another firearm and started open fire. Alright? And started open fire. And in response, these two Jakes, they decide to return fire to protect themselves and their family. And you telling me that that is premeditated murder? Boy, oh boy, you see why the Lord is going to deal with Esau the way. Yeah, you see why the Lord is not going to show any mercy. Any mercy. I think that is James 2 and 13. Let me see if I can get that quick and come back. I believe that is James 2 and 13. Let's see. Yes, I'm correct. This is James chapter 2 and verse 13, where it reads, "For he shall have judgment," right? It is Yahweh, "without mercy, right? That hath shewed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment." So the Lord is going to, hey, let's see how that goes in the NLT. Let's see how that goes in the NLT. And I'll go back to the Psalm. Just bear with me. James 2, all right, and 13. All right. In the NLT, it reads, "There will be no mercy for those who have not shown mercy to others. But if you have been merciful, Yahweh will be merciful when he judges you." And they never showed no mercy. As the scriptures say, I'll go back to the Psalms. Just bear with me. I'll go back to the Psalms 140. As the scriptures say in Isaiah 47 and verse 6. Alright, Isaiah 47 and verse 6, where it reads, "I was wroth with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient, as thou very heavily laid thy yoke." Alright? So, going back to the Psalms, where it reads, "For he shall," going back to the Psalms 140, alright, and 1. Psalms 140 and 1, I'll read it over again from the top. "Deliver me, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, from the evil man. Alright, preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischief in their hearts. Continually are they gathered together for war. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Other poison is under their lips. They speak wickedly, lying. You understand? Lying. This was a justified unaliving, because they were the aggressors. These two Edomites were the aggressors. Alright, Jake didn't go towards them and wow, as I just always say. Jake will quicker step up to another Jake. The lizard had a squeak on that, because that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai given me the assurance. The lizard had a squeak on that. Yeah? The house lizard had a squeak on that. Jake will quicker go to another Jake neighborhood and be the aggressor and open fire on another Jake, open fire on a Jake's house indiscriminately. Yeah? Go to another Jake's grandmother's house. You know, if you know he ups, as they just call them, living by his grandmother. He don't care if granny rocking on she rocking chair, sipping she coffee or whatnot. He could care less about that. He come to kill, and he's going to kill Jake. He's going to slaughter his own brother. Jake ain't going up to no Edomite going there looking for no trouble. Jake don't do that. You understand? Jake will walk past. Jake will be walking on the street, and another Jake will bounce him, will make a mistake and just brush his shoulder, and hey, it's all hell breaking loose. But let a Edomite brush his shoulder now. Let a Edomite step on his stone, and he is going to apologize before the Edomite can even take accountability and say, hey, I'm sorry, he will apologize to the Edomite. Do you understand? Others poison is under their lips, Salah. Keep me, O Yahweh, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my goings. You understand? This is what it is. And I will leave with this last scripture here, which goes back to Ezekiel. Because you Edomites could do all what you all want to do now. And now is your time. So do what you all have to do now. Do what you're doing now. Alright? Because your time's soon up. Ezekiel 25, and I'll start at verse 11. I will know 12 actually. Ezekiel 25 and 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. This is why we don't want no judgment, reparations, man. We don't want no reparations. You, Esau Edom, you Edomites, is our reparations. Owning you is our reparations. Yeah? According to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know that my vengeance, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord. Hey, I will continue. You all, the mistake you all had made, YouTube. The mistake you all had made was taking down that video that I had done and slander that video, and make slanderous accusations to justify your wicked act by taking down that video. The title of that video was don't ever expect to get any justice from the oppressor. Alright? Where that video was going into your wicked double standards, your wicked system of double standard. Alright? Your wicked hypocritical system. You understand? You all took that down. No problem. You see, what you all fail to realize is that you all will always continue to carry about your double standards, and it will always be highlighted. And I make a vow that every single double standard act that you all do unto us as a people, I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to highlight it and speak on it and show the world, yeah, the wickedness of Esau Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, the Caucasian race, the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Your brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp, signing out, saying Kal Halayam, La Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kodash. Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching this truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites, shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat. Until then, we say shalom, Yashala, Wabad Babal, Esau Edom, Wabad Babal, America, Babylon the Great, Wabad Babal.